Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we are going to learn about production. Let's go. Production is a process of transforming the input to output such as goods and services. For production to produce goods and services, they need some factor. For example, land refers to all natural resources or gift of nature that are usable. Second is labor. Labor is a worker that are usable in production process. And third, capital, such as machinery, equipment and factory that are used to produce goods and services. And lastly, entrepreneur is the person who take initiative in combining the factor of production. There is two type of production period. First is short run period and the other one is long run production. The main difference between this period is the short run, the firm is use variable and fixed cost. But for the long run, all fixed inputs become variable input. Variable input is input that can be varied with output such as labor, raw material and fuel. For fixed input is the input that cannot be varied with output such as building and machine. Production will explain to you what and how is the production of goods and service will be made and how to see how much for input need to be added so the output achieve the maximum point.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Zarif Hadi bin Azlino, and my student ID is 2024209198. Today I will explain about the graph of production. Let's go. Okay, for the stage 1, first is begin from the source until the intersection of AP and MMP when AP is at maximum. Second is the proportion is labor to capital is low, underutilized of capital. Third, there is waste of resources because the firm incurs costs for underutilized capital due to lack of labor. Some machines do not have enough labor to operate. And lastly, a rational producer will continue producing in this stage 1 by hiring more labor because addition of input labor will result in bigger increase in output. For the stage 2 is first, from the intersection of MP and AP until MP equals to 0 as ATP reach its maximum. Second, most efficient stage of production because the combination of inputs are fully utilized. We have the right number of labor to operate all machine. There is no machine capital are left idle. Both AP and MP declined, but MP is still positive because TP is still increasing. Okay, for the stage 3, it begin the MP equals to 0 and continue to decline as TP start to decline. Second, proportion of labor to capital is high, overutilized of capital. The factory may be too crowded for any work to be done efficiently. If we increase our labor, will result in decreasing of TP. Cost increase, but income is decreasing. And lastly, producer should not operate in this stage when marginal product is declining because TP is decreasing instead increasing. So thank you.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Abdul Wafi bin Azman and my number student is 2024212342, and I will be here for you guys to explain the challenge of rice production in Malaysia. So rice is basically is a staple food of Malaysian people because we all know we are Asian people, so we all eat rice. So the figure 1 show that paddy production has declined continuously from 2.74 million tons in 2015 to 2.43 million tons in 2021. The downward trend indicated the discouraging performance of the paddy industry in Malaysia. The downward trend is expected to continue unless there is direct intervention from stakeholders including the departments and agencies, the industry players and the farmers. The country in the rice industry is in a critical stage and need to new strategy to transform into more dynamic and progressive one. Malaysia will experience a significant shortage of rice supply and will have to rely on external sources if the government does not implement new initiatives. The situation could be exacerbated in event of a food crisis where supplier country refuse to sell rice to Malaysia, which could jeopardize the country's food security. So, the rice industry need to government intervention and new strategies such as agribusiness, machinery service providers and rice manufacturers. Must be wonder how to make the production of paddy is increased. So there is some strategy that I have found and I will give you 3. So number 1, you need to utilize the potential of special loyal rice varieties. This strategy intends to develop the segment local variety specialty rice to give diversity in the choice of varieties for rice. Second, government need to increase productivity through better management of land and water use. Emphasis is placed on 2 primary natural resources in rice cultivation, land and water, especially in increasing resources use efficiency so we can achieve higher productivity of paddy. Lastly, the government need to promote, encourage, train and nurture the young generation to be involved in the paddy and rice subsector. They can refine the current input and output system mechanism for rice farmers to encourage them to optimize agriculture operation based on knowledge and their own experience. I think that's all for me. Thank you.
Nut manufacturing process and global operation. First, outsourcing model. First point is nut release of contract manufacture, no company owned factories. Initially based in Japan, later moved to South Korea, China and Taiwan. Currently operating in China, Indonesia, Vietnam and Thailand for lower labor costs. Second is scale of production. The nut produces over 500,000 products annually. Second is product distributed through K-Hub in Memphis, Tennessee and Fort Hill Range, California. Third is efficiency advantage. First point is reduce infrastructure and recruitment costs through outsourcing. Millions of workers, hundreds of contract manufacturers involved globally. The next is production process and sustainability efforts. First, step-by-step production. First is case stick. First cutting, and then sewing, stock fitting, lasting, healing, finishing and adding decoration like stickers, stripe and lace. And then raw material like natural fiber like cotton or wool, and synthetic like leather, ethylene and vinyl acetate. Second is sustainability focus. Aiming for zero waste in production process, adoption of environmentally preferred material like better cotton. And then goal, fully closed loop product recyclable into new item or biodegradable. The third is innovation tools. Designers go on reducing waste and toxicity. Emphasis on fewer style and alternative to later for material efficiency. And lastly, product features, customer benefit and development timeline. The first is the product features. The shoes are lighter, stronger and more comfortable. And then environmentally safer compared to competitors' product. Second is consumer feedback. Durable and appealing design aligned to environmental value. The third is development timeline. New design with custom pattern and tooling take 4 to 6 weeks. Then time efficient process ensure quality and precision. And the lastly is future vision. Focus on material that are fully recyclable or returnable to nature. Strengthen the feedback loop to refine product continuously.
Now is for the conclusion part. To wrap it up, production in microeconomics is the process of turning input like labor, capital and raw material into outputs. Basically, the goods and service we rely on is not just about making stuff, but about doing it efficiently. Reducing as much as possible without wasting resources. The production function help business figure out how different combination of input effect after the final output and help them understand how change in one factor can influence the whole process. A key idea here is the law of diminishing return. This means that if you keep adding more one input like labor or raw material, while other factors like machinery or space stay the same, eventually you will get the smaller gain in output. That's why businesses need to be careful when scaling production. They can just keep throwing resources at it and expect endless growth. In the short run, businesses can only tweak some factors of production, while in the long run, they can adjust everything. This flexibility can lead to economies of scale, while producing more lowers the cost per unit, helping businesses stay competitive. Lastly, at the end of the day, production is all about finding that sweet spot between using resources wisely and meeting demand. When businesses understand how to balance this, they can stay profitable and contribute to the broader economy. I think that's it for me. Thank you.